Welcome back, dear friends. Let's begin our journey to MA education with the subject MES 11, that is Understanding Education. This is block 1 of the subject. The first unit of this block is Education as an Operational Aspect of Society. The objectives of this unit are: after going through this unit, you will be able to describe education as a subsystem of society, understand the functions of education, analyze how education has evolved out of societal needs, explain how education has contributed to Indian society, and access the efforts done by different ruling powers for education. Let us now look at the introduction to this unit. Education influences the economic and social order of society. Education was once considered as a pursuit for those who had leisure. An educated man was supposed to be an idler, a person who did not like to work with his own hands. It was generally believed that a person of high education was only fit to be an armchair politician, a philosopher, or thinker. During the Christian era, Greek states were at the zenith of their prosperity. Zenith means at the height, top of their prosperity. Education during this period aimed at preparing the students for citizenship and enabling the youth to successfully participate in statecraft. In Sparta, education was controlled by the state, and every individual had to get military training for the defense of Sparta. Attaining physical excellence was the main criterion for the success of education. In Athens, the influence of sophists and their philosophy was significant, and they promoted the growth of individualism. As such, civilizations designed their own education systems. We find the British period, and post independence period in the history of education of India. Each had its emphasis according to the socio-political situation then prevailing. In this unit, we will be looking at the contribution of education to our society. We will discuss how education is a subsystem of society, how education changes society, and how it is influenced by the political and technological changes. We will also take a look at the constitutional provisions with regard to education. 1.3 Education as a social subsystem. 1.3.1 Concept of system. A system is set of interrelated units. These units include people, buildings, animals, beliefs, laws, and so on. The word set implies that the units have common characteristics. Each unit is related to and dependent upon other units within the same system. A change in one unit results in changes in other units. In short, the system is always more than the sum of its part. You may be familiar with various systems like the social system, political system, educational system, digestive system, respiratory system, etc. A system consists of parts that are interrelated and interdependent. The functioning of a system depends on the functioning of every part. The system functions towards the attainment of certain goals. The function of each part may appear different from the goal of the system. The human body is an example of a system. It is made of number of interrelated parts. These parts have different functions. They perform their functions in relation to other parts. If any part of the body malfunctions, the rest of the body also malfunctions. For example, if the pancreas do not function well, it results in excess of blood sugar, which in turn can affect the heart, eyesight, and other vital organs. The goal of the digestive system is to break down food into the simplest form to be absorbed by the body. However, the function of esophagus may appear different from that of liver, teeth, and stomach. Nevertheless, if any one of them fails to function, the system is severely affected. 1.3.2 Society as a system. A social system is a set of interrelated social units. Social units include individuals, groups, and organizations. A society can be considered as a system with a set of goals to achieve. Social system is a network of social interaction and action of individuals organized to carry out one or more essential tasks of the society. The society has interrelated units, parts, which function for the attainment of the goals of the society. The different social units are the economic system, political system, education system, transport system, etc., which work in an interrelated, interdependent manner towards achieving the goals of the society. Unless these units function in a coordinated manner, the goals of the society cannot be attained. Achieving total literacy, upliftment of the downtrodden are some of the goals of our Indian society. These cannot be achieved without the integrated effort of the political system, education system, and the economic system. Education as a subsystem of society. Education itself is a system. It is an agent for the transference of knowledge as well as socialization of individuals. The units of this system are the Education Ministry, the education boards, the school complexes, teachers associations, parents associations, universities, colleges, national bodies like UGC, IGNOU, and NCERT. Education has a well-defined structure and sets of roles in and it affects other social systems. Education as a system has its goals to achieve. The goals of schools, colleges, teachers associations, parent teacher associations, that is PTAs, and education boards would be different. Nevertheless, they have the common goal of imparting quality education. The various units of the education system form a network. Education functions in close relation to other systems like the political system and family system. The policies of the state, the funds provided by the state, the family background of the students, training given to the teachers, and admission policy influence the success of an education system. Within society, it is a subsystem. It functions towards helping the society to attain its goals. It is a subsystem and is responsible for bringing about changes in other social systems. The demise of the Indian indigenous system is a clear example of the subordinate role of education compared to other dominant social systems. The education system provides the essential human resource for the other subsystems of the society. The characteristics of education as a social subsystem are: 1. Education is a powerful agent in building social individualism. It develops respect for social norms as well as values, knowledge, and understanding in an individual for making him or her responsible and effective in society. Second, it helps to mold society in the desired direction. Third, it studies the interaction system which emerges from the structure and functioning of human groups and also helps the child to understand these interaction parameters. Fourth, education system emerges as a result of the working and dynamics of different institutions of society. Fifth, educational institutions such as colleges, schools provide opportunities for meeting man's needs to pass on the desirable characteristics of his culture in the form of values and norms. Educational system through its experiences enriches the discipline of education and gives new insights for the solution of educational problems. Education as an operational aspect. 1.4.1 Functions of education. Brown in 1947 says education is the consciously controlled progress whereby changes in behavior are produced in the person and through the person within the group. Havinghurst and Newgarten in 1964 has given two important functions of education system. According to them, it is to be: 1. A mirror that reflects society as it is or to be a stabilizer of society. 2. An agent of social change and a force directed towards implementing the ideals of society. George Payne considered three main functions of education from the point of view of educational sociology. They are assimilation of traditions, development of new social patterns, creative and constructive role. Emily Durkheim, 1956, the French sociologist, saw the major function of education as the transmission of society's norms and values. He maintained that society can survive only if there exists among its members a sufficient degree of homogeneity. Education perpetuates means causes something to continue for a long time and reinforces this homogeneity by fixing in the child from the beginning the essential similarities which collective life demands. These eminent persons have identified the functions of education. A common thread found among their views is the change, the survival, and the stability factor of a society. We can broadly classify the three functions of education as follows. 1. It transmits culture from one generation to the other. 2. It trains people for specialized adult roles. 3. It changes the cultural heritage by developing new knowledge. The first one, transmission of culture. Franz Boas, 1930-34, a German American anthropologist, says culture embraces all the manifestations of social habits of a community. The reactions of the individual are affected by the habits of the group in which he lives and the products of human activities determined by those habits. Culture involves the common ways followed by a particular society in their food, habits, attire or dressing, greetings, dance, music, hospitality, interactions, art and architecture, literature, customs, beliefs, ideologies, rearing of young ones, and values. These differ from society to society. Bronislaw Malinowski, 1953, a Polish-born British anthropologist, expresses the view that man varies in two respects. One is physical form and in social heritage or culture. The variations in physical form are due to heredity. The gene combination does not determine his life cycle. The social environment brings changes in the behavior pattern and plays a vital role in his developmental process. Also, as he develops, he contributes to his social environment. The cultural heritage in which he is born helps him to satisfy his needs. He further says culture deeply modifies human innate endowment, and in doing this, it not only bestows blessings but also obligations and demands the surrender of great many personal liberties to the common welfare. Education is required to perform the function of transmission and enrichment, acceptance and reformulation, change and reconstruction. It transmits the culture to the new generation and transforms the outlook of the young towards life in the background of the past. In the context of cross cultural influences and in the light of future requirements for the individual and the society, it provides for the fulfillment of the need of the individual born out of his being a member of culturally oriented society. Its function is also to make the life of the individual rich by giving him the cultural attainments of his race. So, dear learners, that's it for now. I hope you have understood whatever we discussed today. If at all you find that you have not understood a particular topic or a concept or any word, you can post it in the comments box. I'll definitely answer to it. Or, if needed, I can even make a new video for explaining that concept and post it. Do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.